get going into our flex flow. So let's take your red band into your hands and we're going to come into a nice wide stance. We're essentially going to go into a variation on the Pilates saw and go into a standing saw. This is going to help keep our arms organized and connected to the middle back. You choose how much resistance you have on your band. Your arms should be wider than your shoulders. Arms and legs are long. We're going to bow forward with a flat back. This is going to be an inhale. And then on the exhale, the right ribs turn towards the right inner thigh. And then inhale, come back to your flat back. And then exhale, the left ribs turn towards the left inner thigh. And then inhale through flat back. So now that you know what the mechanics are, use your exhale to rotate, wringing out air, and inhale, use it for length to reset the spine nice and long. Exhale as you melt. Inhale, bring it back through center. If you're feeling yourself kind of hanging on the back side of your knee joints, I bet you a nickel, you might, then find some breath in your knees. You might even give them just the tiniest little baby bend. Try to find some equal weight on the soles of feet. I know in my body I was loading into the forward part of my foot. We're going to go one more time towards the right. Inhale through center. One more time towards the left. Back through center with a flat back, and with intention, we're going to inhale, rise all the way up with the arms. Good. We're going to go into a side bend from here. We're going to inhale and exhale, bring it up. Inhale, looking for lengthened space. Exhale, bring it up. As you're going side to side, if it starts to feel aggressive in your body, you can always bend your elbows. If you're looking for a little more, you can also go into a plie and soften your knees. So you can have legs long or come into a plie, whatever feels better in your body today. And let's go ahead, go one more time, fanning the left ribs and bring it all the way in. All right, let's go ahead and set that band away. We're going to go into a single leg low squat. So sit your band away for a moment, and we're going to have the left foot in a nice turned out position. And we're going to step the right leg long. We're not going to bend the right leg. And we're going to bring our body low into a squat. We practiced this with 2 legs in a low squat yesterday, so now I have a light touch on the mat with both hands. And then if you're feeling like it might be a good choice for you today, you can try hands in prayer. I can feel in my body that just doesn't seem like a great choice for that hip. So you choose if you have hands down or bring hands into prayer. We want to make sure we're not hanging on the joints. You want to actively send energy into the left heel. You're powerfully holding that stretch with your hips. And we're not locking into the back side of that right knee. We're still finding length and reach the whole time. Crown of head is reaching long from tailbone. We're going to go for 4, for 3, for 2, and go ahead and bring your left hand behind you, and we're going to sit down onto the mat. Left hand goes behind you, sit down onto the mat. So now we are going to use that red band again. I hope it's close by. And you're going to loop it under your right foot. Loop it under your right foot, and you're going to use it in your right hand to help you stretch through the back side of that right leg as you stretch through your side body again. So I'm using that band under the ball of my foot to stretch the toes towards me, deepening the crease in my ankle as the arm is up and over. And then on the inhale, we're going to rise up, but keep that tension through the sole of your right foot. And then we're going to inhale, arcing over, and exhale, bring it up. And just kind of take this at your own pace. It should feel fluid, not really stopping and starting, more maybe like flowing tachycardia. One more like this. And then go ahead and bring it up. All right, we're going to take both feet. You can turn on your mat sideways. We're going to take both feet into that red band. And we're just going to try to improve upon our L-sit here. So it is not easy to sit with your torso straight upright and 2 straight legs. It's a really challenging position for a lot of bodies, yeah? So we're going to just try to improve that. Creasing deeply at the ankles, notice in my own body, since we already just stretched out the underside of that right foot, that the right ankle feels a lot less cranky, a lot less resistance in it. So we can affect change pretty quickly, just with some breath and with some intention. Maybe you can kind of walk your sitting bones a little bit wider, see if you can find some more space in your body. Think about opening space in the low back. Atta girl, I saw that. Remember, there are butt feet, so we want to sit right on top of them as much as possible. And just send a little breath to the back side of the knees. And let's find a little bit of slack on the red band. And we're going to open the arms out to the side and just hold and breathe, inflating the middle back with breath. It shouldn't feel like a lot of work, but it should feel like it's giving you some feedback to help broaden the collarbones, chasing the elbows wide, and giving you an intention and a direction between the shoulder blades to send that inhale. Elbows are bent out to the sides, nice and wide, sitting as tall as we can for 4. Good. Really nice adjustments, you guys. Last 2. And go ahead and bring the band only around the sole of the left foot. So we're going to take the other side. Move your yoga block if it is in your way. Left leg comes out into external rotation, and the right leg folds in. All right, so straight away we're going to bring the 2 stretches of the red band into your left hand, and then we're going to take the right arm up and over. We're going to do an inhale to fan, and then an exhale to come upright. So again, taking this at your own pace, what feels good for you. You can do a hold in either position, but have the red band on the ball of the foot, so it's assisting you with drawing the top of the foot towards you and deepening the crease in that ankle. And we are always recycling. Inhale and exhale. Find a little more intention on that red band for the last few. This is going to be our last one. And go ahead and come all the way up. You can remove that band, and we're going to go into that deep single leg squat on the right side. So I'm going to stay low to the mat. You can come all the way up if you'd like to. And we're going to have both legs in turnout, and we want to keep that right foot as flat as possible. If that's not achievable in your body, no problem, but that's going to be the aim, because we are aiming to also stretch through the sole of the foot, through the ankle, and really get into that talus joint, that's the ankle joint, and find increased mobility and function. You can take 1 or 2 hands off the floor if that feels good in your body. You can use the yoga block under your hands, and that's going to give you some distance and support away from the ground. Can give you some support a little bit higher up. Let's go for 4. Crown of head reaching long away from your tailbone. For 2. And then we're going to shift our weight so that we are now in a very wide stance with our hands down. 2 feet are down on the mat, 2 legs are long. Hands can come flat onto the mat. Just take a few breaths here, looking back between the legs. It's pretty nice view this direction today. Go ahead and bend your knees a lot. Arms can bend as well. And inhale, lengthen the arms and legs. And bend the knees a lot. Sitting bones going very broad here. Knees staying aligned, big toe, second toe, inhale, long. Last time, we're going to lower down. Hold and breathe, hands are on the mat, knees are wide, spiral the inner thighs open even a little bit more. Should feel shaky, it should feel like work even when we're stretching here, gang. For 3, 2, and slowly all the way up. We're going to turn towards the side. We're going to have our left foot on the mat and our right knee down. We're going to go into a deep stretch here. You can always use a yoga block under 1 or both of your hands. Again, it's going to give you more space from the floor. So it's entirely up to you if you choose that option or not. Okay. First thing we're going to do is shift our weight forward. Be mindful of the knee behind you. Sometimes if I don't have my alignment in a good place, it can feel uncomfortable through the knee behind you. So just don't push it. You don't want to force through any range of movement that doesn't feel great in your body. And then I'm going to offer you the option to flip your right toes under and hover that knee. So stretch through that inner thigh a little bit more. It is going to be more challenging work to hold this very low lunge, but you choose if you're going to have the knee down or the knee off the mat. We're just going to breathe through this, guys. Chin is off of chest. Crown of head reaches long from the tailbone. Think about melting open the front side of that right hip. And think about that left thigh bone sinking deeply into your pelvis. You're gonna very likely be touching your left thigh. And if you are, that is all fine and good. I am too, but we're just not resting onto it. We're just not relaxing onto it. We are lengthening the spine and reaching. Whether you have the knee down or up, stay here, the left arm open. So now we are on the right hand only, if that feels accessible in your body. Open and breathe. Crown of head reaches from tailbone. Stretch that leg behind you as much as feels good in your body. For 3, for 2. Bring the left hand back to the mat and walk both knees down. Good. All right, guys, we're going to sink back and then we're going to come into a 4-point kneeling position. We're going to take the left arm and slide it under, opening through the ribs in rotation. I've got my head and left shoulder all the way down. If that's not accessible for you, just go as far as you can today. Take a nice deep breath here. And go ahead and unwind. 2 hands come onto the mat. Toes come together, knees go wide. We're gonna go into a little cat-cow with a child's pose combo. So we're gonna round the spine as we exhale, shifting the weight back. Your hips are gonna reach down towards your heels. And then we're gonna inhale as we unwind, unfurl, looking forward, opening the heart. And then we're gonna exhale, round the spine, sinking the weight back down towards the heels. And then inhale, unfurl, open forward. Exhale, rounding, lifting under the ribs, chin is off of chest even when we curl. Inhale, open, and settle back into neutral. Walk your knees 4 inches apart parallel, feet 4 inches apart parallel, and then we're gonna slide the right arm under. Maybe the shoulder and head touch down, maybe not. One more deep breath here. Come back into that 4-point kneeling position. This time we're going to bring the right foot forward, going into the low lunge on the other side. So right foot comes forward, left knee stays back. We're going to keep the left knee down for the first few breaths. You can always choose a yoga block under your hand or hands. And check in with the alignment of both knees. You want right knee in front of your ankle crease, aligning big toe, second toe. And you want the left knee right off the center of the hip. Reaching crown of head long from your tailbone, so you're gazing at the floor in front of you rather than straight down at your toes. Not required, but if it feels accessible to flip your left toes under, go ahead and try that. And extend the left leg. If you've recently had foot or toe surgery, probably not a great choice. Otherwise, we're just going to hold and breathe. Pay attention to your knees, pay attention to your hips, what feels good in your body. Should feel challenging, but not impossible, okay? Crown of head reaching long. Right thigh bone sinking deeply into the hip. Left inner thigh stretching long. I have weight in my hands, but they're not overloaded. I'm receiving a lot of that effort through the inner thighs and the right hip. finish with a little shoulder series with our red band down on our knees. So we're going to be in a high kneeling position. We're going to take the red band one more time into our hands. Again, as much tension as you would like. Center of shoulders, wider, less tension. All right, here we go. Inhale, arms come up and overhead. If accessible, exhale, arms behind you. Remember, we're moving from shoulder blades, not from tops of the shoulder joints. Inhale as we slide up and over. Exhale, bring it down. So you want some feedback with the band. It's just helping us to stay organized, but we don't want to feel like it's a lot of tugging on the band. We want lots of space across the collarbones. Maybe even close your eyes and visualize your shoulder blades moving the arms before the arms even move. Keep working. I'm going to show to the camera what this looks like in the profile, because even as the arms come up, we want to make sure we're maintaining a neutral pelvis and ribs stacked and balanced right over the pelvis. Exhale, arms come down. Inhale, arms float up. Holding the last one with the arms long behind you. Hold and breathe. Find openness across the front side of your shoulders. Maybe you've spent a lot of time in your life with a computer mouse in your hand, or a little trackpad, whichever side of your body that is that might feel a little cranky from all that effort. Just send some openness and energy there. On your next inhale, bring the arms up and overhead. Exhale, we're going to stop with the arms just below our shoulders. Hold. We're going to finish with a few rotations. We're going to inhale, rotate towards our left ribs. Exhale, unwind through center. Inhale, rotate in our right ribs. I'm going to change your energy so that as we turn to the left, it's the right ribs turning. Exhale through center, and then as we turn towards our right shoulder, it's the left ribs driving. So I'm going to do it with my hands. So as we turn this way, these ribs are turning. And then as we turn this way, these ribs are driving that turn. Here we go for 3. Evening your body out, exhaling through center. Bring it through the middle. We're going to finish with one more child's pose. You can set that band aside. I'm going to have you choose what feels good in your body today. Your arms can be forward in front of you. They can be under your head, keeping lots of space across the collarbones. You can bring them out to the sides and bring them behind your back, whatever feels good in your body. Just find a position that serves you today. Thinking about separating your upper back from your low back with your breath as if it was an accordion or a slinky, so every inhale is opening space through your spine. Exhale is drawing yourself back to your center inside your own skin with strength. One more inhale, open for lengthen space. Exhale, slowly rise up. And let's go do some more recycling.
There you go.
Good job, you guys.